Okay, so today we're going to focus on Unit 8. You guys have a 4-part final exam review in Canvas. There's one focused on just Unit 8. It's up there now in your Canvas module for today. Tomorrow is a focus on Unit 1. Friday is a focus on Unit 2. And Monday is a focus on what we just took our test over, Unit 3. So we've got one full day to review each of the units we covered throughout the course of the semester. You will be allowed to use any and all handwritten notes. That does include test reviews, even though I printed them off, you wrote by hand on them. That includes your notebooks, your workbooks that we've taken notes in. Your notes are only as useful to you as you make them. You do not have time to be flipping all over the place. I know I wrote this down somewhere. Where did we do that? I have Post-it notes, big and little. I have index cards. I have plain paper over here that you guys are welcome to use. If you want to put it in a completely separate place, then do that. If you want to mark pages in your book because you're like, this was a really good problem and I understood that and I don't want to recopy that whole idea, grab a Post-it note. The big Post-it notes are really useful if you do them upside down so that the sticky side is on the page and this sticks up. You can write on the top of it what is on that page. So that then when you're hurriedly looking through your notes trying to find that, you can go right to where you want to be. All right? I would highly recommend indexing your notes so that it's useful to you. All right? I will pass back anything that I still have of yours, any kind of test reviews, anything on paper that I still have that can go back to you. Again, you will be allowed to use all of that stuff on the test. If you weren't here at the first part of the semester, because I know we had a couple people come into the class a little bit late, you can print off any of the old test reviews off of Canvas. There are hyperlinks there. You can download those and print those. The answer keys for those are on Canvas, so you can fill those in. One of the things that I will tell you from experience, letting students use notes for several years, just having an example problem is only about this useful. Going through and making notes to yourself about why we substituted 5 in here and how you knew that we were going to do this process over there, that will allow you to look at a problem that's similar to it on the final exam, different numbers, different equations, but repeat that process correctly. 2 of the big things that we're doing right now with this, if you guys look up, I have mathematical practice standards right up here on the wall. The 2 big focuses, why I'm allowing you guys to use notes. Look for, this is number 8, look for and express regularity in repeated reasoning. Can you repeat the reasoning that you used before? And number 5, use appropriate tools, your notes, strategically. It doesn't do any good to give you all these tools if you don't know how to use them and how to use them well. So I want to assist you guys in any way possible to make sure that you are using the tools strategically and that you are able to repeat this reasoning and then show me evidence of that on the test. Okay? The Unit 8 review is in Canvas. I want you guys to work together. Anything that you're like, I have no idea, I don't remember how to do this, work together on it, but then take notes over that process. There will be nothing on the final exam that is not covered in one of these 4 reviews. Yes, ma'am?
Can we get a final review thing?
It's in Canvas. That's what I'm telling you.
So all the stuff that's on there is going to be on the test?
All the stuff that's on there is fair game for the test. There will be nothing on the test that's not covered there.
So basically...
No trick questions.
Okay.
No trick questions. The review should be harder than the test.
Okay, but it's not going to look the exact same.
It's not going to look exactly the same. The review is 100% in Canvas. When you go to take the test, things like multiple choice, multiple response, simple fill in the blanks, those will be on Canvas. Things where you need to show work, those will be on paper.
Okay, all right.
Basically, if I can award partial points for it, it'll be on paper. If it's like yes, no, right, wrong, those are good Canvas questions, okay? So when you come in the day of the final, we'll start off with the Canvas part first, so you'll need to make sure to have your Chromebooks with you that day. We'll start with that. I'm going to make that a timed section because you don't want to waste all your time on something that's not worth as many points. I'll make sure that it balances out. I'm not looking to like skimp anybody on time. But if it's worth half the points, you don't want to spend more than half your time there. Does that make sense? It should be in proportion. Do you guys have any other questions for me about the final exam or the lead up and review for the final exam? Okay. Please work together. Make the best use of your time. I have all kinds of resources. If you want colored pencils or markers, because that'll jump out off the page at you better, absolutely you have access to that. Blank lined paper is over here. Note cards, post-it notes. If you need anything that you don't see, please just ask me for it. I'm happy to provide these different resources. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
So if you don't finish the final, it's not like you can come back the next day. Oh wait, we have it the last day.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
the
so you
last
have to-
final of the last day of school.
Unless
yes.
you stay after school, or
We get
it's just a
so-
class.
We get like an hour or so.
It's going to be 80 minutes, so it's an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
You should have enough time to finish the final.
So when do we come take it with you? When the sixth period? When the seventh period come take it?
Seventh period will be after lunch on Thursday.
Okay.
So, or after your fifth period class. Because you'll go take your first period final, then you'll take your third period final, then you'll do lunch in fifth period, so you'll have time to study right before the test. And if you guys want to come in here to study with me, I'm fine with that. I don't have a class fifth period. You can come in here and work with me right before your final exam. Okay?
After lunch, come straight.
After lunch, if you want to come straight here, that is fine by me. Yes. All right. Do you guys have any other questions for me about the final exam? One last comment I want to make. No matter where your grade is at right now, if you get a 60% or higher on this final exam, you will earn your credit and pass the class for the semester. No matter what your grade is, you can still pass this class. Please do not give up on me right now, okay? No giving up. I don't let people give up on me. Anybody that's come in here and worked with me after school knows that I don't let anybody give up on me. All right. I still have a couple people that need to finish their test or take their test, so I'm going to get them started. Everybody else, you can get started on this. Again, let me know if you need any additional resources, okay?